Hi, Joe Bodek here, real estate investor and mentor coach. And as always, I want to thank you for stopping by and spending a few minutes with me. After 50 years in the real estate business, there's one major bit of advice that I can give real estate investors of all stripes, whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting your journey, and that is to not remain a one-trick pony. Now, if you're serious about the business, you need to become a transaction engineer, and I'm about to give you the best example of that can be found anywhere. Let's talk McDonald's. Yeah, that's right, McDonald's. Most people think that Ray Kroc, the founder of McDonald's, was looking to set up a bunch of hamburger shops, but that's not even close. Ray Kroc figured out that if you set up a distribution chain, you can sell anything through it. Now, as I think back on my first trips to McDonald's, and my favorite, by the way, was the fries, I remember that pretty much all you could get at first were hamburgers, fries, shakes, and sodas. Well, have you been to McDonald's lately? I mean, what can't you get from McDonald's now? You can get everything from burgers to salads and everything in between, and it's now a part of the distribution system that Ray Kroc set in motion. There simply is no better distribution business model out there than Ray Kroc's McDonald's. Keep in mind that Ray Kroc never stopped selling burgers and fries. He just added chicken and salads and tons of other items to his menu so that when the customer walks through the door, he always leaves with a meal of some sort. Now, as a real estate investor, you need to start thinking McDonald's, and here's why. Let's take wholesalers, for example. Most all the wholesalers I've met over the years have been and still are pretty much one-trick ponies. For the most part, they spend tons of time and cash seeking out leads only to throw the vast majority of them into the trash. And Ray Kroc, he would be appalled. And this happens for three reasons. First is that there's not enough equity in the property to do a traditional wholesale deal. Second is that the seller won't take the lowball offer. And the third is that most all wholesalers are one-trick ponies that have tunneled into wholesaling with no regard for all the other niches in real estate that will make them money. Now, wholesalers, as well as all other real estate investors, need to become transaction engineers so that they can deal with all the opportunities that come their way. I mean, all of you investors out there need to pay special attention to what I'm about to show you, because it could easily add $60,000 to $120,000 per year or more to your bottom line if you only added, for example, just one simple niche to your existing business model. Now, I want to be clear here. I'm talking Ray Kroc because he didn't stop selling burgers and fries and start selling chicken. He simply added chicken to his existing menu. Now, I'm not saying stop what you're doing. I'm saying you need to be able to work with as many prospects as you can that enter your space. In other words, if Ray Kroc were in the creative real estate business, he'd be versed in as many forms of creative real estate as he could so that no seller or buyer would walk away from his office without getting a deal done. So, your first step to becoming a transaction engineer and adding thousands of dollars to your bottom line might be to add, for example, wholesale and sandwich lease options to your existing menu. And here's why. Wholesale lease options work pretty much the same way as the traditional wholesaling that you wholesalers are already doing, with two exceptions. The first being that you can work with properties that have little or no equity and still get the deal done. And the second is that you don't have to make lowball offers, as you can give the seller pretty much what he's asking for the property and still put a sizable assignment fee in your pocket. So instead of throwing all those leads in the trash, you can turn many of them into cash deals. Let me give you a real life example of one of my many deals so that you can get a good look at what I'm talking about. Now, I got a call from a seller whose name was Beth, with a beautiful 4-bedroom colonial home in a great area of town. And she had remarried and moved to her, new husband's home and needed to get out from under the mortgage payments on her old home. Now, Beth wanted a cash deal, but the numbers prevented me from being able to wholesale the property. And she didn't want to do a wholesale lease option, which I offered, or a subject to, or an owner finance. So I put the lead into my dead lead file and I followed up with Beth at least once a month for, I guess, about 3 or 4 months. And one day I got another call from Beth, and her circumstance had changed, and the house hadn't sold, and she could no longer afford to carry the mortgage on the house and needed to make the mortgage payments go away like today, Now, the ARV on the home was around $245,000, and I got it under a lease option contract for $215,000 with a monthly rental of $1,600. And by the way, the property was about an hour from my office, so I did all of this over the phone, and I sent the contract out over the internet using a company called DocuSign, which allows you to sign contracts electronically. So Beth agreed to show the property for me, and about a month later, I had a deal with Lamont and Tiffany, a young couple with young kids, for $225,000 and a monthly lease payment of $1,800. So I signed the contract, once again using DocuSign. I put a quick $10,000 in my pocket and a $200 per month rent spread in Beth's pocket. Now, all this from a dead lead that in the past I would have thrown out, just like you guys are doing right now. Now, here's the part you're really going to like. I never saw the house physically, never met the owner face to face, never personally showed the house, never met the tenant buyer face to face, and never touched the house in any way, shape, or form. Everything was done through email and by phone, with the exception of the tenant buyer sending the check by snail mail. It's like that orange juice commercial with Donald Sutherland's voice simply unfold around with. You might remember that because that's how the deal went down. So as you can see, with only a few small adjustments, it's exactly what you wholesalers are already doing. In addition, you need to understand that wholesale lease options allow you to work virtually, meaning that you can do these deals nationwide right from your desk. And this, my friends, gives you an unlimited market to work, meaning you'll never run out of sellers to talk to, at least not in this lifetime. So how does this $60,000 to $120,000 of unrealized profit come into play? Well, my personal experience was that it took 25 leads to get one deal done. And your numbers may be different, but those were mine, okay? So I was throwing away a minimum of 24 leads per month. And I found that at a minimum, I could turn at least one, if not more, of those 25 leads or 24 leads, into a wholesale lease option or a subject to or an owner finance deal. Now, my option consideration on these deals range from $5,000 to $10,000. So if you do a little math, you'll see that I was able to add somewhere between $60,000 to $120,000 per year to my cash flow from leads that I had been throwing in the trash, once again, just like you guys are doing right now. So as you can see, by becoming a transaction engineer, I was able to add a substantial amount of cash to my bottom line without making any changes to my existing business model. All I did was add one incredibly profitable niche to my business, take a little time to learn how to work with lease options. So if common sense prevails, not that it does very often, but in this case, if common sense prevails, that's what you should be doing too. I mean, come on, guys. Why on earth would you want to continue to throw all that cash into the trash now that you know better? Now, the above example is just a tip of the iceberg. What if you had 6 different creative real estate niches that you could turn to work just about any lead that came across your desk? Now, that's what I call a transaction engineer. And it just so happens that my partner, Wallace Zhao, who, by the way, is a self-made creative real estate multimillionaire, and myself have put together a revolutionary mentoring program called the Transaction Engineer Mentoring Program. Now, our combined 60 plus years of real estate experience allows us to teach you 6 different highly profitable creative real estate niches, and we'll even walk you through the deals from start to finish if you'd like. Now, this one-on-one mentoring from 2 highly skilled real estate investors with millions and millions of dollars in done deals over the past 50 years. Our programs are designed for serious investors that understand that continuing to be a one-trick pony it will never ever get you to where you want to go. So we're looking for highly motivated investors that would like to become transaction engineers and be able to tackle any lead that comes across their desk and add thousands of dollars to their bottom line. So if you're the motivated investor we're looking for, that would like to get into the high six figures or seven figures over the next 12 months, then you need to check out what we have to offer. So you need to be thinking Ray Kroc here and add every real estate niche to your existing or new real estate business, just like Ray added chicken and other foods to his business, and expand your horizons and cash flow, just like Ray did. Now, to get you on the road to becoming a transaction engineer, you need to go to executivementoring1.com/programs, or click the button right below this video where you can view all the programs that we have to offer. And at the bottom of that page, you'll see a button that says application for mentoring. So click on that button, fill out the form, and my partner Wallace will contact you to set up an interview to see if we would, make a good fit. And if so, he'll formulate a program unique to your needs. The interview is free. There's no obligation of any sort. And, it never hurts to have a conversation. So if you're watching this video on YouTube, by the way, you'll find the link in the discussion section right below the video. And also, if you're watching this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications so you don't miss out on the upcoming videos, and there'll be a bunch of those. And we'd really appreciate it if you like this video and our channel. And also, don't be shy, because we'd love to get your feedback. So feel free to leave a comment. So if you're the serious investor that we're looking for, you really should get on this now. You will be glad that you did. And I can promise you one thing for sure. The interview with Wallace will not hurt a bit. So be sure to get your interview booked. And always remember, it never hurts to explore the possibilities. So Wallace and I look forward to assisting you to becoming a transaction engineer. I want to thank you again for your kind attention. Hope you learned a little something. And we're looking forward to working with you like tomorrow. Okay, anytime you're ready. Go ahead and click on that button down there and fill out the application, speak with Wallace, and see if we can help you out. Okay? All right, that's it from here. Everybody have a great one. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.